are joining, and whether you're a student or a working professional, just let us know where you are from whilst we are waiting for others to join in. Or you can unmute yourself and also let us know where you are joining from, who invited you, how did you get the link?
Well, I'll go first. I am Gabriel Kinney, and I'm joining from Central Pennsylvania. I'm a working professional as the Director of Institutional Effectiveness at St. Francis University. I've seen the notice on the pages, on the GRASAC page. Felix posted it, and as well on the Ghana community group in Greensboro. So that's where I saw the link and joined. So thank you for putting this together. Glad to.
Thank you for joining, Gabriel. It's nice to meet you. Hopefully, you'll be able to learn something from it, or you can also contribute to your experience. Anyone else?
Very
well. Yeah, thank you. Lydia, Benjamin, Gosway. Okay.
Okay, I'll introduce. Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Hi, Lydia.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I'm Akelo Lydia. I'm from Uganda, and I am a recent graduate. I'm still unemployed, and I got the link from Felix and all the information from Felix status. I'm happy to be here and ready to learn and contribute. Thank you.
Thanks for joining. So are you currently at Uganda or in US?
I'm in Uganda.
Uganda, okay. Thank you. And we have, let me see, in the chat, we have Frida. I'm a biomedical scientist working in Hull. Okay. Frida, can you let us know how you got the link? How you got to know about Nested? And we also have Ni Mante. I'm a working professional. I'm from Ghana. Okay. Can you also let us know how you got the link? Then we have Benjamin. So Benjamin, then is it Koko or Koko, if I'm getting it wrong, sorry. Kokoi or Koko? All right, so we have 1 minute more to start. Then we have Gideon. Gideon just joined. So Gideon, we're introducing ourselves, where you're from, where you're joining from, then how did you get the link or how did you get to know about Nested? You can either put that in the chat or unmute yourself. Sorry, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Coco or
Kokoi.
Coco what?
Kokoi.
Cocoy. Okay, okay. Sorry. Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Joining from France and a Ghanaian. Got a link on LinkedIn. It's good to have you here. Then we have Benjamin. Benjamin, can you let us know where you're coming, where you're joining from, and how did you get to know about Nested? You can unmute or you can put that in the chat. All right, so we're gonna start. Hopefully there'll be others also joining. So I want to officially welcome everyone today to our event. Hopefully this event will be productive. You can also feel free to ask questions. We'll give you the platform to ask any questions that you want. This will be a very productive session and educative. The goal here is to be able to help each other and also share our experiences on how we're able to secure scholarships, not only in US but abroad, and how best we can serve you as Nested. So before we start, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mami Abunefrifa. I'm currently a project manager, and I finished my PhD last year at the University of Kentucky in biomedical engineering. It's nice to meet all of you. You can always reach out to us. We are here for you as Nested leaders. I would like to also introduce my co-host, Kingsford.
Okay, thank you so much, Mami, for the beautiful introduction. And I'm Kingsford Asare. I'm also a product of North Carolina Agriculture and Technical State University, where I did my master's. So I got here in 2018 for my master's, and then after that, I went for it to do my PhD, completed last year. Yeah, so that's a little bit about myself, and I'm excited for today. You know, the journey to coming to grad school has been, full of different stories and things like that, and having the opportunity to learn from different people, I think would ease your burden. Some of us didn't really get this opportunity, and I think that Invested has done well to actually bring up something exciting as this. So just be poised with your questions, and we're going to have a good time here today. Yeah. So just before we go on, just want to introduce briefly what Invested is. Invested is a platform that, there are three groups of people that Invested seeks to address. We have the students, just like every one of us. We have the industry people, and then we have professors. They get it. And then the main goal of Invested is basically to help students gain scholarships. And scholarship is a big deal when it comes to graduate school applications, because it's not easy to get scholarships. They get it. So Invested is just a platform that is easing that burden. They get it. So we have scholarships posted on the platform like regularly, and you can easily get access to these scholarship opportunities. They get it. And then we have these industry giants who are also on the platform. People from like Intel, from Microsoft, from Chevron, and all these people. And they are there to just guide people. You want to land your dream jobs, and sometimes you don't know what to do. They get it. These guys are already in the job market, and they know what to do. They get it. So when you can connect with them on this platform, you get the opportunity to get first-hand information on what to do. They get it. And then the professors also get the opportunity to connect with students. They get it. So you can reach out to professors who are already on the platform. They get it. And then you can easily, get admissions and scholarship opportunities as well. So these are basically what Invested stands for. There are various features on the platform that would be of help. And I think that Mami may add a couple of these things to it before we continue.
Yeah, so with our platform, as Kingsford said, we have a variety of features that will help you, not specifically for people in US, but everyone, right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter where you're from, whether Ghana or India or wherever. We have a friend that is also from France, right? If she has plans to come to the US,
Please, you can mute yourself.
yeah, he's muted. So if you have plans to move to US or Canada or even stay in France, every single day we post scholarship opportunities, not only in US, even in France, Germany, wherever you want to be. And besides that, the beautiful thing about Innested is we have a lot of students on the platform that have based on their universities, we've been able to create these groups. We call it uni groups that once you join, it's like LinkedIn, right? But a
Yeah.
better form of LinkedIn. Once you join, you are able to see this uni group, search for your school, and you come across that uni group that I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm trying to mute
Please, can
everyone.
you mute yourself, please?
How do I mute this? Okay, I've muted. Yeah,
Uh,
so we have these uni groups that you can search for schools. I'm trying to mute this person. Okay. So you can search for your schools and you find your school and you find the people that are even involved or in your school. Besides the uni groups, we also have mentorship groups that can also help you. You know, you find mentors that have gone through the whole experiences of studying abroad, finding scholarships in whichever countries that they are, and how it has really helped them. So you find mentors in each of the groups that will help you to also, guide you in your career or even school in general. So we have a lot of features that I think our CEO is going to talk about it. And also you can always reach out to us. We have WhatsApp page, we have LinkedIn. You can always reach out to us if you have any questions. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I would like to introduce our CEO, Dr. Daniel Anani Aubrey. He's a product of my university, North Carolina Agricultural Technical State University, where he had his master's in food science and then his PhD in data science. And currently he's working with Chevron, and he's the co-founder of Innested. So without much ado, I just want to leave the platform for him to give his introductory speech.
Yeah, can you please hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Kingsford. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, so I'm a co-founder of Innested. I'm happy to be here. So as they already said, Innested is think of Innested as a LinkedIn, Reddit put together, right? So, but Innested is geared towards academics. So as they said, students, professors, industry people, right? So we work together. And every feature you find on LinkedIn, on Reddit, on Facebook, you actually can find it here, right? So interactions, you can chat with somebody. So if you try to look for scholarships and you want to talk to somebody in that school, you just have to come to Innested, search for the school, or even search, you come to Connect and you search, you filter by the school, and you actually can talk to people, and you can take it from there. And as I said, we have scholarships. So if you are logged in on Innested and you come to the opportunities or scholarship tab, you would see various scholarships that have been posted by anybody. So anybody can post on the platform. So if anyone of us finds any scholarship somewhere and you want to help people, you just come to the platform and you post it there, right? And in addition to that, we have publications. So one of the things we do is that once you are registered on the platform, our robot uses your name, goes to the internet and extract all your publications, and we bring it for you to confirm. So if you come to the publications sort of icon here, you would see several publications of people that it gives you visibility, helps your people to see your work, get cited, and all those things. So you need to be on the platform to have your publications. So we have thousands of those publications that people have confirmed to be here. So in addition to that, we have blogs. So people are writing blogs on education and different things. And lastly, I want to talk about our groups. So if you come to this tab, so the groups is like Reddit. Anybody can create a group. Once you are registered on the platform, you can create a group and you can share whatever information you want to share with people within your group. And as a group owner, you have the opportunity to to sort of configure or even change the how your group looks like. You have that freedom to do that. So these are some of the groups that have been created by different people. People created groups around their research area, what they are studying and stuff like that. So for example, these are one of the groups. And I think, yeah, so this group is known for posting scholarships. So you can join this group, or you can even create your own group. So if you have an idea, you can create groups and invite people to come join the group, just like that. Yeah. So I think that's it. I don't know if I'm leaving anything out.
I think that is it. That is it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So to chip in, the beautiful thing I like about Innested is the community, being able, the Reddit kind of feature that we have on the platform. Because I remember when I was trying to look for grad school, having such community that were doing the same program as me really helped me to navigate through that. So it's really important for you to join the platform and try to, find your community, people that have the same interest, or even if you don't have any idea of the career path that you want to pursue, just join that community and you find people having discussion and conversations on the platform.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
Kingsford.
Yeah, and I also want to even add that the feature where you have your, like, even as a graduate student, you have your publications even merged on the platform, gives your work like visibility. They get it. So your work stand a chance to be read and even cited, and you can even boost your profile as a graduate student. So there's a like everything to win on this platform for you as a graduate student, incoming, and then even current students. Yeah, so it's exciting platform.
Okay, so thank you, Kingsford. So we are going to move forward with the program. I'm going to introduce our panelists. We have our first panelist, who is Felix Tete Ingman, has masters in biomedical engineering, a PhD in industrial and systems engineering, both from NCAT. Then he currently works at Intel Corporation and he's the head of Innested Services. Felix, you can wave. Thank you. All right, moving on. Um, we have Emmanuel, also known as Kwame. He's a PhD. He's currently a PhD student in biomedical and biological sciences at Washington State University, studying stress physiology and nutrient metabolism. Outside the lab, he enjoys playing and watching football. So Kwame, if you are here, you can wave. You can put your video on and maybe wave to us.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to see you. All
Good.
right. So yeah, moving on. Okay, so those are our panelists. And also the co-host. We also have that experience in studying abroad. So we also be participating in the questions and answers. I mean, the questions that will be asked during this event. So we are going to start off with our first question. Kingsford is going to take that and ask our panelists.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mami, for introducing our panelists. Yeah, so I think this the most exciting part to hear the stories of people, because the secret of people are in their stories. You want to know what you did, how did you do it, and what were some of the obstacles you were able to overcome. So these are of the things that our panelists are going to share, their experiences, their rich experiences they're going to share with us. So who do I go? Okay, who do I choose? I think I'll ask Dr. Felix Tete Angman to share his story. Okay.
Okay. How many minutes do I have? Because I love talking.
Yeah, like about 3 minutes.
Okay, so I have a unique story. I didn't actually come to the US mainly for education. I had an opportunity to come to the US to work. Before then, back in school in Ghana, I was actually the last but one student in my class. What I'm trying to say is that if you pick the last person, I am next. So everybody in my class then knew academia wasn't for me. But life and its happenings. When I moved to the US, I got a chance to meet people who were school inclined, and I got motivated. Um, and so when I met these people, I also decided to also enroll in school. And so when I moved to North Carolina, that's when the desire for school actually took practical effect. And when I started school, the challenge I met was that I didn't know financial aid meant two things. I thought financial aid was free money. I didn't know it could also be student loan. And then the school said we were going to give you financial aid of $10,000. I thought it was free. I was so excited. And I got the money. My fees then was, because I was in state, my fees was cheaper. And they paid off the fees for me, and I had a bonus of 4,000. Man, within 2 weeks, I had blown the money. The money that was meant to be loaned, I thought it was a free gift. I was so happy. I said, no wonder people are attending grad school. So it was in the course of the semester, I was beginning to get a lot of notification that your student loan has begun, and next semester we'll be adding the second batch of the student loan. I'm like, what is this? And like I said, I had blew some of the money. So the second semester, when they gave me that money, I quickly returned the money to them. And that was when I began digging into how to find funding for my education. So I went to talk to the department chair, and they said, oh, since you are in state, we can organize some money for you. They did that, and I moved away from the loan part of the financial aid. And since that second semester, I have never had a challenge with school fees. The people I chose as advisors, interestingly, were people who had cash. They had so much money. I didn't even have to worry about tuition and everything. God brought those people my way, and I was funded throughout my education from second semester in my master's to the end of my PhD. So I'll hold on here and then wait for questions if there should be any later.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful story. Yeah. I think that's there are a lot of questions coming for you. So just hold on. Okay. So I want to hear from Emmanuel Asiedu. Emmanuel, how was your story? Did you also get some student loan and finished it?
Hi everyone. Good to see all of you here. So my journey to graduate school started. It took a while for me to get into grad school. It took about 2 years for me to get into grad school after my bachelor's degree. So it all started with sending cold emails to professors, contacting professors about scholarship opportunities, open positions in their lab. So currently I did my master's here in the US in Georgia. And before getting into my master's program, it was difficult with regards to funding, because sometimes you get admission, all right, but it comes with no funding. Sometimes you get admission, it comes with half funding, you don't get a full funding. And I never gave up, so I continue reaching out to professors. And when you're reaching out to professors, you should put in mind that you are not going to get a positive feedback. Some will tell you, I don't have open space in my lab. Others will tell you I'm going on retirement. Others will tell you my lab is full, but I never gave up. So I keep pushing. And God willing, I had this opportunity where a professor reached out that, the project that I'm working on, it looks like your CV, you'll be a good fit for that program. So that was where the journey started. Wow. And even with that opportunity, I had other opportunities as well. So I have to compare the living cost of the state and also the scholarship as well. So at the end, I spoke to some people and then they gave me the advice. So I decided to settle on one school.
Okay.
And so that was where I did my master's, and then I moved here for my PhD. And also for my PhD application, it was also the same process. And my time of application, that was when this funding issue came in with a new administration. So it was so difficult getting a professor who has funding or who has a project that is fully funded. So I also kept emailing professors. So one of my magic for grad school is about sending cold emails. So I always advise people, if you want to get into grad school and you are in STEM, make sure that you send cold emails to professors. So I started sending out cold emails when I was about finishing my master's, and fortunately for me, I got a professor who reached out to me, was like, "Hey, you'll be a good fit for my lab. I have funding," and that was how come I ended up in Washington State. So that's my
Wow.
story, and I'm open for any questions that will come after. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Beautiful story. Beautiful story. I'm sure people are picking some secrets, and people are also, putting down their questions. So if you have questions, you can start, jotting them, and you can even start putting them in the chat if you can't ask them, and then we'll be answering them. Our panel will be answering them. So before my co-MC comes, I just want to share my story, and I think that I would say my CEO, I think he started, I would say, the Innested thing way back a decade ago, because the opportunity that I had to even come to grad school started with him. Uh, those days I used to apply to, I didn't consider US schools, because those days you needed to write the GRA and all those things, and I didn't want to hear anything about GRA. Do you get it? So I was mostly considering like European universities, and just apply to them, and then so I applied to a couple of them, came close to getting some of the fundings and all those things, and I mean, some didn't work, a lot of them didn't work. They get it. So I remember that one day, Dr. Daniel Anani Obri, the CEO, we were in the same School of Engineering, from the University of Ghana. So during our service time, I think I went to see him back then. I was leaving the building. I just went to see him, and he told me that okay, he's found this university which he's applied to, and he's actually talking with professors on LinkedIn, and then he's trying to make his way through that. And then he was like, "Can you consider applying to this university?" I was like, "No, for US schools, I don't want to consider US schools because you needed to write the GRA and all those things. That's a long story, Yeah." But he kind of registered me on the portal. So when I got back home, I decided to, just give it a try. Just give it a try. And then I applied, I got the admission, and then funding was another thing altogether. For the first, like the whole semester, I didn't get a funding, so I had to move the admission to the following semester. And then I think, as Emmanuel said, I had to reach out to, the professor, the program coordinator, couple of times, and even calling them, sometimes you need to call them. So I called them. It was one of those calls one night on Friday, and then my professor called and he was like, "Hey, yes, it's difficult. I mean, the funding opportunities are limited, but there's another one he would like to consider me for. Am I interested in?" And I'm like, from zero to something, who will not choose that? That. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm interested." And the rest, they say, is history. Here I find myself. Yeah, I'm sure Mami, I don't know whether Mami has the same story, but I want to hear her side of the story. I'm sure you'll be interested.
Yeah, Kingsford. Yeah, thanks for sharing your story. So my story is a little bit different. With mine, I started my undergraduate back in Ghana, Ken University, and when I got to second year, I was speaking to one of our seniors, those in like third year, asking them, I spoke to a friend of mine. Then he told me about this scholarship opportunity, this collaboration between my school, Ken University, and a school in US. So, and he said something profound. He was like, if you're a female and you are in first class, it's automatic, right? Um, so when I had that, in my second year, I didn't have first class. So I had to really work hard because I wanted a scholarship, right? So I had to work hard to try to get to the first class so that when I get to third year, it will be automatic for me to come to the US. So fast forward, um, fortunately, I was able to get a first class in the when I got to the third year, and I mean, it wasn't really automatic because you have to go through interviews, yeah, interview with other folks and all that. So the scholarship came. I mean, I went through those interviews and I got a MasterCard scholarship, which helped me to transfer from my undergraduate to Arizona State University to finish my undergraduate and also my 1 year master's program. So I was able to skip certain things. In terms of doing the work, I didn't really do much because everything was funded. The tickets, even money was given to buy food in the plane. Everything, every single thing was funded. I think where I really put in the work was when I was applying for my PhD. I had to look for schools and also talk to like professors, send them emails that I'm interested in that and all of that. Some of the professors will tell you to write a proposal. The one I got was like I should write a proposal about the kind of research I want to work on and all of that. So yeah, that briefly, that's my journey. But as time goes on, I'll elaborate more on that. So we are going to move forward with our questions because of time. The first question to our panelists is that what motivated you to pursue schooling abroad and how did you choose your destination? We are going to, because of the time, we are trying to finish in like 30 minutes. So we are going to limit our answers to maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute, if it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so anybody can go
Yeah,
with
so
their
Felix can
answer.
go, Emmanuel, Kingsford, or I can even go. So,
What was the
Yeah.
question again?
yeah. So the first question is, what motivated you to pursue schooling abroad, and how did you choose your destination?
I never wanted to school abroad. It wasn't part of my initial plans. Again, the people you meet in life actually can redirect your path. So I was so much into working to make money, but the people who came my way changed my trajectory, and then I had to eventually focus on school. So I can confidently say it's one of the best decisions I made. I am so comfortable. I mean, not comfortable to the point where I want, but I'm not where I used to be when I was working like predominantly. So my case might be different.
Yeah. Wow. I think just as Dr. Felix said, for me, it's I didn't choose to apply here because I didn't want to apply because I thought it was difficult and tough. And I think that is one of the things that hinder people from even applying to even maybe sometimes US schools because people have a notion that it's tough, to even apply. So they don't even want to give it a try. And that was my case. They get it. But for the insistence of my friend who actually was like, hey, I want you to apply. Just give it a try. They get it. So I didn't choose it. I think my friend chose for me. And I think it was the best decision. They get it. Yeah. Yeah. So that is my story. I don't know whether Emmanuel has something to add to that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know whether
Emmanuel said funding decided for him. Funding pushed him
the money decided. Okay. A lot of things deciding people's. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So with mine, I'll say the major motivation was because of my program. I was pursuing biomedical engineering in Ghana. It was really new. It was a new program, and we didn't really have, I would say, the resources or job opportunities for that. So my major motivation was that I wanted to pursue biomedical engineering in US because of the opportunities here. So that was my motivation in applying to those applying to the scholarship that I talked about. Okay, so we are moving to the second question. Can you walk us through? So to the audience, so we are gonna answer. We have just few questions that we have for our panelists. Then after that, you can ask your questions.
Yeah.
So okay, Emmanuel is back. So this question is for you. Can you walk us through your application process? What were some key components that helped you stand out?
Yeah, muted. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. With regards to the application process, one of the things that I would like you to consider before starting this grad school process is to make sure you gather all the materials required. So you have to get your CV ready. You have to get your statement of purpose. You have to make sure you have your transcript ready. And you have to also make sure you have people who are ready to write recommendation on your behalf, or who are ready to provide you with recommendation letters. And one of the things that I considered before my application is to look for schools and also make sure that I'm up to their requirements. So all schools have different requirements. Some schools will accept your unofficial transcript, other schools to accept just your official transcript. And other schools to are accepting transcripts that are evaluated. So most of the schools now don't really accept direct transcript from students. So they accept transcript from these evaluated institutions. So those are some of the things that I considered when it came to this application process, is to make sure that you are meeting the requirements of the school. And also, to the application fee, some schools also gives out a free application fee. Others to ask you to pay. So you have to make sure that before applying to a school, you just to make sure you know all these stuffs, know whether the application fee is free or not, and if you can afford. So that's one other thing that you have to consider when applying to some schools as well. So that's basically what I have to say. Maybe someone has something to add.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Felix, since I think Emmanuel's own was different because he was not in US when he was in the grad school application. So for people that are in maybe France, or they are not in Africa, but they are in France or Germany or US, and they are planning on applying for grad school, what application document did you gather to apply to make such application for someone that is not in Africa?
Okay. So you should know yourself so well. You should know yourself so well and know what kind of schools you have to apply into. So, in the US, we have different categories. We have the top schools, which you call the Ivy League schools. We have the middle schools, and we have the schools which are in typical, like, rural areas in the US. Don't think the US does not have schools in the rural areas. Those schools are actually so far away that people don't even go there. And so one of the best ways to actually land a school is to target one of those schools. And the schools where it snows a lot, obviously people from the outside world don't go there. So when you attempt applying there, you stand a chance of going. Schools in North Dakota, South Dakota, a lot of, and you see, because of the system, the US system, where they want to encourage balance between the whites and the blacks. And so when you're black and you apply to predominantly white schools, the chances that you get is very high because they want to meet that standard. Every school that meets that standard gets funding from the government. And so one thing is you should target some of these schools. Also, because you are black, one of the opportunities is that you should also target a black school, which we call the HBCUs. I used to tell people that I've never seen anybody being denied admission into HBCUs until recently. Recently, I think the number is becoming too much, so they've started denying people. But you can also start looking at the HBCUs in the US and also channel your application towards those schools. So that's what I can add.
Wow. I think you've answered a question that I wanted to even follow up with. So I'm going to ask the question as just any question, like anybody here who is looking forward to applying to school. Maybe some people have tried, a couple of times. I think I heard Emmanuel saying that he tried like 2 years. The journey started like 2 years ago. And I'm sure a lot of people are here, or a couple of people are here who might have tried. And this is a question. So you go to the school's platform website, you have the GPA requirements. They say 3.0 and above. I've met the requirements. Okay, you have your SOP. I have SOP recommendation. You have the GPA and everything. Everything is intact to get it. But at the end of the day, Mami talked about first class. Some people are strict on that. You have the first class program matching is matching, and yet at the end of the day, you get a decision, and it's no, thank you for whatever. After careful review, we cannot. What is the magic that makes people stand out in application? What is the secret? Yeah, what is the secret so far?
Yeah, so there are several factors that can actually lead to that. So one of them is, so you see, every program has sometimes they have specific number of people they want to admit based on the funding availability. Okay, that is the more reason why one of the first things you do is to talk with the program coordinator or talk with somebody, a professor who is in the program and is looking for funding. In fact, it is the best way because you get to have pre-information about the financial situation of the department before you even put in application. If you go about just putting application, that is where you may not be lucky, and maybe that year, like myself, I got a 4.0 in masters. I wanted to do PhD in Harvard. I thought I had gotten it all. I didn't ask any question. I put in application to Harvard. Harvard needed 8 students. Harvard needed 8 students. My
Okay.
application, I was told, was 745th
Aish.
for that program.
Okay.
See, and I didn't contact any professor. If I had done that, perhaps I would have had all this previewed information and not lose my application fee. So we need to ask questions. That's why the program coordinators are there. Set up meetings with them. Let them know, hey, this is my school. This is my dream school. If I don't get this program, I don't know what I'm going to do. You need to help me achieve my dream. Whatever it takes for you to get funding for me, you need to have a conversation, and things might work out for you.
Wow. So Dr. Felix is saying that you should contact the faculties. That's the secret, and some of them will be honest with you and let you know that this is what is happening. And I think that that's something I also experienced when I wasn't getting the feedback from the university, and I was waiting to hear from them. January, February, March, April, May. So it was May when the professor called back, and he was like, "This is the secret. This is what is happening on the ground." I think there were 2 spots that were available, and then there were 7 people on the list, and I was the 7th person on the list. So it was not possible to get it. So with regards to that, that was not possible to get it. So there was another thing that was not even part of this, and he recommended that for me to get it. So sometimes getting in touch with them, they would give you first-hand information that you will not find on the website to get it. Yeah. And Emmanuel, do you want to add something to that?
Yes. So with regard to the those with the first class, I would say don't be too deceived with the first class whenever you are applying to grad school. Like, oh, I have a first class, so I can just put the application anyhow. Make sure that you have your statement of purpose in a good shape. Make sure you have it in a good shape as well as your CV. So don't just apply to grad school just based on your transcript. Like, oh, I have a first class, so I can just put in anything at all. And recently, when it comes to grad school, those in STEM, probably those who are applying for biological science, genetics, those who wants to work in a lab, of late, professors are looking for students who have experience working in a lab. They will look at your grade, all right, but they want to know if you can work in a lab or if you have any background that is a good fit for their lab. So make sure that when you're applying, don't only rely on your grade, but also work on your experience when it comes to updating your CV and also working on your statement of purpose. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I want to add something to it. So I have two. The first one is also trying to make your application stand out compared to others. Like I said, besides my scholarship requirements saying that you need first class, it was very compared because my class, we had a lot of people having that, right? So how do you stand out? And I'll say the biggest thing that really helped was they want to see your life outside class, right? So outside academics, what can you bring? Are you a leader? Um, are you giving back to the society? That was the word they used, right? They want to see that you're giving back. You are part of a society, you are part of leadership, you are part of maybe a certain club, that is helping people or even helping yourself professionally. So I'll say that really helped me to stand out as an applicant. And when I was also looking for my PhD, looking for a PhD scholarship, I think it's very important not to send a generic emails to professors. You just copy and paste the same email to multiple professors. They can read through that or even use AI, right? You shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, AI is there to help us, but it shouldn't be just sending generic emails to professors. I think one thing that really helped me was that I went to the professor's website to look for the research they were doing. I read a couple of papers and I reached out to her. I was like, hello, my name is this, that. I read through this specific paper of yours. It's really it's interesting. Based on maybe my previous experience, right? Even though I've not worked directly on that research, I have transferable skills like maybe data analysis, or I've learned how to use Excel, something, something that will make you very interesting rather than saying that I'm interested in working in your lab. That's it. You are not really interested. It's like you're selling yourself. You have to sell yourself to the person. You have to make the person feel that, oh, you are really interested in my research. So it's very important to help yourself stand out, not send generic emails or use AI to do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So don't send generic emails. Professors know when the email was not directed to them. It's they just been copied on that email. I think we have Kokoi there. We'll take your question and then we'll pick some of the questions in the chat. So Kokoi, you can go ahead with your question.
Thank you very much. I think the question I wanted to ask was directing to Emmanuel, but Mami has mentioned some part of it, has answered a part of it. It's concerning the cold email, writing the cold email, because Emmanuel mentioned that before he got his MSc and then even the PhD, he did that through writing cold email. So what should a typical cold email entail? Yeah, because most of the cold emails you send sometimes are written unreplied.
Yeah.
Yes, so like, how do you write a good cold email? And then the second question will do with I think most of the people are, I don't know, from my personal analysis, I've realized that most of the people that go out to do the masters, when they finish, they move into to do PhD. Is it that the job market is competitive or not? Yeah, so those are my two questions. Thank you.
We'll leave that for the international student.
I'm gonna answer the second one. So I finished in 2020 with my master's, right? And I got a job, right? But for me, I've always wanted to do PhD. So yeah, the job market is hard, but I think with a PhD, doing PhD is more like, what's your motivation behind it? I know a lot of people think that a PhD is a way to be able to stay in the system, right? Or be in US or something. Honestly, if you don't really like the PhD, you are just in school because you want to be in school, it will show off. Because the PhD is not like it's not like just taking classes, right? You are doing research, you are making meaningful contribution. So it will really show if you are just doing the PhD for doing PhD sake, or you are passionate about it. That's what I think. So it's really important to like know yourself that you really want to do the PhD. Because I know people that not because they didn't find jobs, or maybe they didn't have like a citizenship or green card, but they still went ahead to do a PhD because of passion or because they wanted to do that, not because maybe the PhD is going to help them to, I don't know, be in the system or something. Yeah, maybe Felix and the rest have something.
No, I think you answered one part of it. Those who had the interest to do PhD, that's the part you answered. I can count 5 or 6 people who did PhD because that's the route for them to continue staying in the US.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to be sure why people were going into the PhD. For instance, not to say this for anything, but I know a friend. That friend on a normal day will never get close to PhD. I have this Nigerian friend. She will never get close to PhD. But it got to that point, she didn't have a choice. As I speak, she has like 5 publications where she started a PhD.
Wow.
Shockingly. Yeah. So it is one way. Another way is what Mame said. People have passion. For instance, I have passion to do PhD. After the masters, I felt I could do more. And that's why that got me into doing it. So if you have masters and your visa is about to end, one way to extend your stay is to get into a PhD. You have at least your I-20 will be updated. You can have like 4 more years to find your way around your permanent stay.
Yeah. And just to come in before Emmanuel answers the first question that was directly sent to him. Yeah. So Felix was talking about the lady that now has 5 publications. PhD gives you the opportunity to, build capacity, build skills, like make your portfolio like better, because sometimes you need to apply, for NIW and this EB1, EB2, and you need to show proof that they should give you the let's say the green card, right? And having this research background, published papers and all those things, I'll say that the major thing they are looking at for. They get it. So PhD gives you the opportunity to even be able to publish many papers that you will need eventually when you are applying for your green card. They get it. So it's not only just buying time for yourself, but it's also preparing you when you are done. They get it. And master is a short period. Sometimes it's even 1.5 years. How many papers can you even apply, publish? But for PhD, 4 years, 5 years, I tell you can get at least like 3 or 4 papers. And then by the time you are out and you are also settled, in terms of, your stay. They get it. Yeah. So I think just wanted to add that before Emmanuel, you can pick your question. Your cold email question.
Okay. So with regards to the cold email, if professors don't respond to your cold email, it doesn't mean you have a bad write-up or your cold email is not in a good shape. It might be to so many reasons why the professors are not responding. These professors are sometimes busy, so sometimes your email might even go into their spam, go into their junk, or sometimes it will overlap with a lot of emails that they receive. So he was also asking of what you should entail in a cold email. So one of the things that you should have in mind when writing the cold email is, as my sister said, it shouldn't be generic. You have to be specific. And also when writing, you have to have a clear subject lines. These professors are busy and they don't have time to read a lot of stuff or read complicated stuff. So you have to have a clear subject line about what you want the professor to do or what you are looking out for. And after that, you also have to have a brief introduction about yourself. Just a brief introduction, telling the professor about yourself, where you are coming from, and the kind of degree that you currently hold. And also, apart from that, you should also tell him why you want to join his lab and what you have seen about him or what he is doing. So you have to go to the professor's website and read about the professor, what he is doing, and then pick up some major research area or the major topic that he's working on, and then you can fit that into your cold email. And also in the short, you can also tell the professor about your experience in the cold email, but that should be very short because you have all the experience in your CV. So you shouldn't write a lot in the code email because you have all the information about you in your CV. And also in your code email, you have to be specific. Ask for an open position in his or her lab, whether he's having an open position in his or her lab for the particular semester that you are applying to. And also with regards to attaching of documents, I'll recommend that whenever you are sending a code email, only attach your CV from the beginning. Some people attach their transcript, they will attach a proposal, they will attach a lot of documents. Only attach your CV from the start. And if the professor is interested, the professor will then reach out to you for more details. If you are requesting for a position in a professor's lab and you are attaching a proposal, are you coming with your own funding or you want the professor to fund you? So in a nutshell, you are coming to work on the projects that the professor has funding for. So never attach any proposal to, just attach your CV and then you send it to the professor. And also, if you send a code email to your professor and in about a week or two, the professor don't get back to you, send a reminder. And a reminder does not mean that you should send that same email again as a reply to the professor. No, you can just jot something simple. Hi, professor, I know you are busy. So just a quick dash, have a look at my previous email, and then you are good. So also make sure you send a reminder after 1 or 2 weeks if you don't hear back from the professor. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great, Emmanuel. Thanks for sharing. So Kingsford, do you want to? Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what Nested. I wanted to say that I forgot.
Mm.
That's why Nested is there for you. You can reach out to us at info@nested.com. That's our email. You can reach out to us if you need help with crafting a good email to these professors. Yeah, we are here to help you. Kingsford.
Yeah, and yeah, that's exactly in Nested services. That's something we also do. We help people with the application process, like drafting a very compelling SOP, and some of these, even reviewing your resume. Do you get it? And yeah, I saw a question that I want to attend to. This is a question from Prince Deku. He said, "You say when you say statement of purpose must be in good shape. What does that entail?" Let me start with mine. My response. The danger in today's artificially intelligent world is to use AI to draft your resume, and then your your SOP, and your SOP looks very perfect. Very, very, very perfect. I mean, if the professors pick your SOP, they know that this is not you. It's not you. This an AI. You get it, that has drafted this thing for us. They get it. AI can be used as a tool to draft, but you should let your story stand out. You should rewrite it in your own words. They get it. You should use things that are peculiar to you. They get it. Not let AI, draft a very perfect word. What I mean by perfect word is like an ideal case. They get it. Because these schools want to see you. Sometimes it's not even your GPO, but your story. Do you get it? Your extracurricular activities, something that may not even be part of, the general scope of requirements that is needed for admission. And sometimes that's one of the reasons these Ivy League schools choose their candidates. They are not looking at the GPA per se. They get it because they know that all the people that are applying there are top. They get it. They are top candidates. They get it. So what is so special about you? So it is your story that should stand out. You should tell your story. They get it, when you are writing the SOP, and it should stand out. They get it. And then, so I just want to just say this before I leave it over for anybody to add their share their piece.
So there's a clear difference between a resume and a CV. Okay, resume is a brief. It captures just a brief details of you, and mostly it's for the industry. For whatever reason, they believe industry managers or whoever is attending to your applications wouldn't have time a lot, so they just go through your resume briefly. So resume is mostly a summary of you captured in either one page or maximum 2 pages. But CV is a document that contains details of you. It's an extended form of you. The number of pages doesn't really matter. In fact, I was applying to a school and I was told that if there's a school, an institution, they mentioned that if my resume is even less than 5 pages, it means I have not achieved a lot. I'm like, how do you judge somebody with the number of pages? If I use large, very high font sizes, it means obviously I may be able to go beyond the 5. But if I'm using smaller font size, that will be less, you know. So what I'm driving at is, if you are going into academia and they ask for CV, everything you have achieved, you can capture it. Okay, you can capture everything that you have achieved, even if you were president of a small community that um, volunteered to do something. You can capture it in your CV and present in academic purposes. So that should be different from when you're submitting your resume for industry purposes. I hope we get a clear difference.
Yep.
Let me also chip in on the SOP. So with the SOP, most schools have guidelines for their SOP, or the kind of things that they want you to include in the SOP. So you make sure that you review the school's website to know what they want you to put in the SOP. And sometimes they can also tell you the number of pages that they want. So make sure that you review the kind of information that the school wants you to put in their SOP before you go ahead and then write the SOP. And you also have to be specific in the SOP and then reduce error as well whenever you are writing. And as my senior said, so that's why we have Inested. So whenever you are submitting your SOP or your CV, you can reach out to Inested, and then there will be help for you on how to have your SOP in a good shape.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Manuel. And just also want to add to that, sometimes in the SOP we have a generic, there's a part of the SOP where you have to write why you're choosing the school and then why you're choosing maybe specifically the program. Sometimes people write almost the same thing for the same school. I chose this school because of this, like kind of generic. And this thing can be solved when you go to the program's web page. I mean, they tell you what the program is offering, like the uniqueness of the program. They get it, and sometimes you have to go there and see what they offer and write it, add it to the reason why you are choosing that school. They get it. So maybe the program is more like, for example, there was a school that we're helping someone apply to, and I went to check the school's website. They get it, and they were like, this program allows the student to be able to kind of choose. There's flexibility on the track, like the courses, and then that the person can take. It's like you have a choice to choose the kind of program or courses for yourself for what you want to do. They get it. So kind of I use that to tailor that resume, the SOP. They get that. It allows flexibility, and I can actually tailor my what I want to do. They get it. So go to the web site, know specifically what stands out, and then come and use it to write your draft your SOP. Don't use a generic reason why you're applying to these schools, to this school, to this school. No. If the people pick the resume, the SOP, they will know that you've not read. I mean, you're just being general. They get it. And there's a question here. Benjamin has a question, and then I think we'll pick this question and then the last question, and then we'll both be wrapping up with our discussion today. Okay, so Benjamin has applied to 2 schools, I think, and he has funding from the school, and he says the challenge is securing funding, and I think they've asked him to kind of apply to some of the scholarship. How can he secure this fund? What should he do to get it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that is specific. So when it comes to funding or scholarship, I think it's dependent on The school is also dependent on the semester and a lot of things, a lot of factors. Sometimes you can even go external for funding opportunities. So with the one with Dean, it is paramount to you to have a discussion with the program coordinator to know the funding opportunities available. So they can introduce you to all the awards which are there. If you qualify, they'll let you apply for it. There are awards for international students, to be specific. There are awards for the minority. That is, if you're in a white school, there could be some awards for or scholarship for minority. And the most importantly, there's always a GA or RA. I'm talking of those research and teaching assistants opportunities. So it is always specific based on the school. You need to go to the school's website and get more information about how funding is allocated, of how funding is acquired as a new student. And based on that, you'll be able to know specifically who to talk to and what kind of application to put in. Somebody did ask a question about loan. I'll come back to that when we all give out the various ways people can get scholarship or funding for education. I will come back to answer the person with the loan because I took a loan in the US before and it's terrible.
Okay. Yeah, to add to that, I think sometimes we have to be flexible in our approach, right? So I came in with my background, food science. I came to do master's food science. PhD, I switched to data science. So what I'm trying to say is that look out for the program where you can get funding for, right? So maybe if you did whatever you did and you think it's more competitive and not getting funding, you can branch,
Right.
get the funding coming, and you can switch to where your interest lies. Right. So be flexible. If you apply for one program, several, you're not getting assistantship or funding. Or one of the approaches you can take is to look for I know people who all you need to do is to enter the system, right? So get into the system and you can switch to do what interests you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's amazing
Let
response,
me
Daniel. That sounds good.
Okay. So let me also add something regarding the funding. So in case you get an admission to a department and the department tells you you don't have funding, or you get an admission letter without funding, I recommend that you reach out to the programs coordinator and ask about funding opportunities. Don't only ask about funding opportunities in your department. You can also ask the professor, what are the other funding opportunities outside the department that I can apply to? You can be doing biological science, but then your funding or your assistantship will be coming from a different department. So maybe you can work in a library and that will pay off your school fees, and then you can also get stipend. You can also work in the international office. And one of the juicy places where you can get an assistantship from recently, which is not very well known, is about the housing, in the housing department. So in case you get an admission to a department where they have no funding, you can reach out to the housing department, tell them, hey, my name is that, I've been offered into this program, I don't have funding. Do you have any housing assistantship available? And mostly this housing assistantship comes with a free accommodation, free dining. So they will give you free accommodation and you also have a free dining, and you will even be getting some amount of money apart from your stipend. So if you don't get an assistantship or a scholarship in your department, don't try to ignore or reject the acceptance. Hold on the acceptance and then look for assistantship in other departments.
Wow. 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 That is beautiful. That is beautiful. So I think that
Let me come with
come in
the
with
student loan. Like I said, I didn't know financial aid could also mean student loan. So it means I incurred some loan in my first semester. And they won't mind you. Luckily for me, the government, Biden puts hold on student loan payments. We're hoping that there will be a law that will like quash all student loan defaulters so that we don't pay again. So I decided also not to pay, and there wasn't any interest accruing, so which was good news. But immediately this man came and said, no, everybody has to pay the student loan. My brother, I owed, the loan I took was, I think, $6,000. For like 3 years, there was no interest. When they started calculating interest, within 15 months, which is 1 year, 3 months, that 6,000 had gone to 7,950. So 1,950 had added after 1 year. And I was not even due to start paying, but it was accruing. So even when you are in school, the interest was still accruing. So what I'm saying is that loan should be the last option in your education in the US, especially when you don't look at the interest rate. If it is compound interest, I don't know how long it's going to take you to finish paying. Even medical doctors and PharmD people who take loans, some people have to get 1 month job to support quick payment of their fees, because it's a lot of money that is expected of you to pay back. The interest is even more annoying than even the amount you took. So if there's a way you can avoid loan in the US, it should be in fact, it should be the last option for you. If you want clear advice from me, I would say it should not even be an option for you. Find a way to get funding for the school before you attend. If it's not working, try different alternatives. Like I said, try different programs, and maybe those ones might have funding for you.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. So I think we'll have 2 quick questions that I think one person will just attend to it. Yeah. Let me just also add to it. We also have, yes, this is not conventional. This is not conventional, but if like I think as Daniel said, sometimes you want to get in the meantime and then switch to what you really want to do. They get it. We have the the community colleges that it's not traditional, but you can also use a community college to get in, because the requirements are a little bit lenient and the fees are very, very low, like very, very low. Do you get it? So you can actually get in through that way, and then later you can switch to what you want to do because already you are in. Do you get it? Yeah. So that is also one thing. So I'll direct this question to one person, and then somebody's asking, please, once awarded scholarship, what are the key obligations and tips for renewal? So, Dr. Daniel, you want to respond to this? And then I would throw the other question to, okay, let me let Emmanuel answer that question, and then I'll throw the next question to Felix.
With a scholarship, so it depends on the kind of scholarship that you are coming in with. If you are coming in with a graduate teaching assistantship, some schools will give you a 1 year full scholarship, so your scholarship will be available to you for 1 full year. And then with some schools, it should be renewed after every semester. And one of the obligations is that you have to maintain a GPA of 3.0. So make sure your GPA don't fall below 3.0. If in a semester your GPA falls below 3.0, the scholarship will be taken away from you. So that's one of the major requirements when it comes to this scholarship. To be able to maintain your scholarship, you make sure you have a good GPA.
Okay. Wow. So I'd like to direct the next question to Felix. Felix, somebody's asking, please, is there any restricted number of hours you are allowed to work while pursuing your program?
Yeah, I think Daniel answered. So I think whilst in school you can do maximum 20 hours, but for summer you can extend the hours to 40 hours maximum.
Okay, that is beautiful. Yeah, and I also want to. Somebody asked, what month is it best to send cold emails to professors?
I was even replying December, specifically
December.
31st.
Yeah, because they are on holidays.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
I mean, it depends. If you are looking for spring admission or summer admission or fall admission, that will determine when you can send the email. So I think it depends. If you are looking for fall, then during the summer you can start sending the emails, because sometimes they are free. That's when they take and when you go on break too, they may not reply your email.
Okay,
I've noticed that when they go on break, they spend time with the family, they don't reply emails. So you should be aware of those things.
Okay, and I also have to say that when I was applying for my master's, right, I was in Ghana. I picked the phone and called the supervisor, And one of the things that he told me was like calling him actually like he actually felt like, oh, this guy's really in for it, right? So maybe just if you go to the university's website, you find a professor and you think want to work with a person, just give the person a call. That's what I did. So I gave a call and we spoke, and I think that did a trick. So sometimes going down conventional ways also helps.
And sometimes having connection in the school where you are and finding
Okay.
out
Okay.
people who have worked with that professor or people who are in that department, they can give you all the clue. You see, networking is very important. Let's not
Yeah.
joke with that. It's making life easier as days go by. So don't be doing things on your own. Seek help, ask questions. People can make things easy for you.
Yeah, and I think that is one of the advantage of a nested platform. So we have these small groups or communities that, I mean, you have students who are already students in various universities. They get it here, and if you join this group, you are part of this kind of like a small family. You can ask these questions. You can express your interest in maybe a program they are in. Can you speak to your professor on my behalf? I remember last semester or so, I had to recommend people. I had people who wanted to apply to my department. If I wanted to work with my professor, and I went over to my professor to speak to my professor. He doesn't know them from nowhere, but he said because I am say recommending them, he would, just accept them. They get it. So imagine that you are on in a platform. You are talking to you and a group, and maybe you're in the same group, maybe biology group, maybe machine learning group. And then you have somebody who is in often maybe masters in machine learning or data science or whatever, and then you tell the person, can you speak to your professor on my behalf? I'm interested in your program, and I would like to, but I don't know what to do. Can you speak? That word that the person will give on your behalf may be the secret, to you landing an opportunity to work with that professor. So Innested is a big platform of various opportunities, and you want to take advantage of such an opportunity. Our time is fast spent, but I think we've had a very, very fruitful discussion. There's one question I just want to just come in real quick.
Yeah,
that we've had a very fruitful discussion so far.
So, Kingsford, sorry, before you continue, there was this question that someone asked long time ago. The person private messaged me. The question is, how do you handle rejections? And for arts and business students, what should we focus on since we have limited funding opportunities compared to STEM programs, right? Right, especially in the USA, it's discouraging. It's discouraging. So how do we still keep up with application when you get rejected and also with, lack of funding and all of that, if you're an arts and business?
So I don't want to mention him, but there's one guy I know who is in business. He got denied 7 times from Ghana.
Wow.
That guy is a pastor. Guess what? So maybe that's where he got the perseverance spirit from. Oh man. So I keep telling people, whenever you're going into something, you should have an opening for the good news and then the bad news. Once you psych yourself for that, you'll be that person when the bad news comes, you don't give up. It will even stay you on to keep going. I have something else to say, but I'll leave that for now.
Okay. Yeah. So perseverance. You never know that the last school that you would like to stop at might be the school that is going to offer you the opportunity that you are looking for to get it. So just take it that rejection is just somebody will say redirecting you to a better opportunity. Do you get it? And sometimes the school that is rejecting you today would gladly accept you tomorrow. And I have that experience. When I was coming here, I applied to NC State University. I didn't get it. But when I got my master's and then later applied for my PhD there, I got it, and they were willing to give me more money to get it, but I chose to stay here. So that you have been rejected today does not mean that you'll be rejected tomorrow. You will not be accepted tomorrow. So just be resilient and not give up. They get it, and then there are tools and resources that will make your adventure easier for you now. Now you know that there are communities that you can connect with, people who are on ground that you can connect with. They get it. So you reach out to these people. Can you speak for me? Or can you guide me? What should I do? Instead, can you guide me on my application? This is how I presented my application. Is there a better way to present this time around? They get it. What are some of the loopholes I need to, cover so that I don't mess up this time around? So this platform would make your journey at least better. They get it, and make you stand out and possibly secure your a scholarship and a funding opportunity. Yeah. So I think Ben, is it Ben or
Oh, so Kingsford, yeah. So
yeah,
just
come in.
to add to that, what I would say is that yeah, rejections, everybody faces that, right? So the platform is key because like I know relatively like for the arts business and arts, it's kind of it's relatively harder, right? For them when it comes to funding and stuff like that. But doesn't I actually have a brother who is in Canada and he did political science, right? So he's on the platform. So if you are doing arts, just reach out to people on the platform who are doing what, and he got funding as a political science student. And there are no people in America who also got funding. So just go on the platform, set political science, find people, So I know with arts and business, it's a little bit comparatively harder to
Yeah,
get funding. Yeah.
yeah. It's true. Even I know one friend, he also did business administration. He wanted to be in the US. So knowing that the business area was tough, business administration, he managed to find himself in the sciences and got admission for masters, got funding, he finished up with industrial and systems engineering for PhD from business administration. So where you think there's lights, you can redirect yourself. You may never know. That's where your lights might even shine better. Like
Okay.
myself, I didn't do engineering for bachelor's. I was looking for program that would give me funding. So I went into biomedical engineering for masters when I had never done engineering. I went then. Apparently, that was my calling. I didn't know all these years, and I found my interest, everything in that field, and here we are. So
Wow,
sometimes just
beautiful.
giving a change is very important.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes some of the programs not are how do we call it? They accept people from um, interdisciplinary background. So
Yeah,
not that okay if you need to be strictly science. Yeah, and I think some of the
yeah,
IT based programs are kind of a little bit lenient. They just open a little bit, and you can get in there if you are coming from
yeah,
an arts background. They get it. So
yeah,
sometimes you look at the program and look at their requirements. They are sometimes open to accepting people from
yeah.
multiple backgrounds. They get
That's
it.
what I love about American schools.
Yeah.
If you can do it, just tell us why you can do it,
Hmm.
and then they'll give you the chance. See,
Yeah.
Jennifer is on this call right now. Jennifer did
Hmm.
accounting, UCC, very good accounting student, came to US, did accounting for masters. But guess what? She's doing industrial and systems engineering. She has full
Mm.
funding. She's been funded
Wow.
from the beginning till now. You know, so the system is open. If you tell us, hey, now I want to do this. Okay, why do you want to do it? You tell them, they'll give you the chance. That's what I love about the US system.
Okay, that's beautiful. A
But
lot of
can I
opportunity.
add?
Okay.
Can I add the last point?
Okay.
So one of the things that you can also do is you can become well known among like every part of the school. For example, when I was looking for funding, like that the admissions office knew my name, the international students office knew my name, the professors knew my name because I was calling and text messaging and emailing. Because if you show that you really are passionate about what you want and you keep being a thorn in their flesh, they'll be like, this guy, let's get rid of him by giving him what he wants. So that's one way of doing it. I learned this trick from the US Embassy in Ghana before I came here. Unfortunately, I couldn't join early to share my experience. But yeah, you should also find out why your application was rejected. Sometimes you can get that information from the school.
Correct.
Other times you should talk to other students in that particular field, which is what Inested will help you with, to see why your application was rejected. So maybe your letter wasn't strong enough. Maybe your resume. I think most people don't know your resume also influences the chances of getting admitted. So if you have someone that you can talk to review your application before you try another one, that's a really good way to avoid rejections. Thanks.
Okay, beautiful. I think we are drawing the curtains to the end of this beautiful discussion. I'm sure in the future, in the not so far future, we would actually come back to this question, because it is a very, very good topic that demands, like we taking it a look at it again. Yeah. And so if you have like topics you want us to discuss, or things or questions, you can send it to info@inested.com. So you can reach out with your questions, something you want us to discuss, you think there's a pressing issue that you would like us to take a look at in subsequent open mic forum. I think this you can share it with us. Okay. Somebody asked a question. I think we answered it. Let's just in 30 seconds, somebody would attend to that. So Benjamin was asking, they've asked him to apply to various GA positions.
I think it's been answered.
Somebody answered it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he should tailor his resume. He's asking whether he should tailor his resume to different. He was not on, so I think he's just reacting again.
Yeah. Somebody answered. Somebody
answered it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah. So
final words
from
So for me, networking is a tool. Inested is there for you. Even if you don't have anywhere to go network, get on Inested and network, and never give up. Bernard Boy said, you got to exploit that. Like when you tell people you are trying, and there's no response, nobody's interested in how many times you tried until you win. That's when people would listen to the story. So you got to exploit that. Say, I did try. It's not working. No, nobody cares about that. So you have to persevere till you get there. So if you have been denied funding severally and you haven't gotten it, you don't stop. You have to keep trying, keep asking questions. If you have been denied admission and 1, 2, 3, it means that it's not for you. Perhaps the fourth one is yours. You have to keep trying till you get it. That's what I leave with everybody.
Okay, keep trying and don't give up. Okay, who will go next? I
can go next because my time is limited. So one of the things that you can do is like networking basically is my answer. But if you can join Inested, of course, and then join the U.S. Embassy Education Division, there's a way you can become a member of that and get to talk to the people who are actually doing the interviews. So that's what I did. Like you go Education USA, I think that's what it is. And you get to meet people who actually sit on interview panels and interview students or look at resumes or applications that students submit. So if you can find a way to join those things, people are afraid of going to the embassy and asking questions or even sending emails or things like that. But you shouldn't be afraid of that and take advantage of it.
Okay, that's beautiful. A second, somebody asked, what are some of the agriculture programs and universities we can recommend to them? Maybe somebody can just answer that in a second for Owusu. A&T, North Carolina Agricultural Technical State University is one of them. What other universities can we?
So the person can also look out for some universities in Georgia. So we have University of Georgia, we have University of Florida, Florida State. Most of these schools are into agriculture. They have a strong agricultural department. And this is one of the main reasons why we want them to join Inested. So sending out an email to Inested, we'll be able to get back to you with a lot of schools that have strong agricultural departments.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can make ChatGPT your cousin and just go to
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, put
Yeah.
it there, and the
Yeah.
ChatGPT will give you responses, plenty.
Yeah.
There
Absolutely.
is a Felix. Let me
Yeah.
chip in this. There is one professor at Virginia Tech. His
Okay.
name is Thomas Archibald. He is an agric extension professor. He's very solid guy.
Okay.
He really likes Africans. His wife is an African, actually. So
Okay.
if you are looking for a Greek program, Virginia Tech, look him up.
Okay. Virginia
That's a
Tech.
top school too.
Yeah, Virginia Tech.
Dr. Archibald, right?
Thomas Archibald, yes.
So Thomas Archibald. Okay. So Emmanuel, your final words.
So my final words is I recommend that they make use of Inested, and Inested is here to help them. So whenever they have any question, they should reach out to Inested. And also we have an app for the Inested so they can have it on their phone, because we always post open positions, scholarship opportunities on Inested. So they should utilize Inested very, very well, and that will be fruitful. And also they should not give up on their applications. So if you are getting rejections, doesn't mean you are not good. Maybe it means you are not fit for that particular program. And one thing I want to add is about the scholarship opportunities. There are thousands of schools in the US. So if you apply to a school and you don't get funding, don't be discouraged. Look out for other schools too. There are a lot of schools in the US. So if you are not getting the funding, don't concentrate on just one school. Look out for other schools as well. Thank you.
Okay, that is beautiful. Dr. Daniel, your final words. Dr. Mami, are you able to give your final words? Yeah. So it's been a very fruitful time. As I said earlier on, the secrets of people are in their stories, and we've learned a lot of secrets, and I've had some of our deep questions answered. Do you get it? And so let us, if you tried, it didn't work, I mean, go again. Now you know better and you can do it better. They get it. And I also want to add that, in applying to schools, there's something we call priority deadlines. They get it. So they have the main application deadline is different, and then priority deadlines comes way earlier. Always check out for the priority deadline, because that is when money is available for you. They get, so don't apply after the priority deadline. You may not get the funding even though you've met the requirements. They get it. So take a clue from that. It's been a fruitful time, an exciting time. We just want to thank everyone for coming. Thanks everyone for coming. Thanks to our panel for giving such rich insights and sharing their own stories. And I think that everybody has learned something that would be of great help to the person. And Inested, you can, if you're not registered on Inested, you can sign up and register today, and let your story begin from there. And so thank you, everyone. We'll come your way sometime, and just keep your eyes on Inested, and then we'll have our next discussion, and I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful experience for everyone. So thanks for coming, and it's bye for now.
Bye.